Is among one of the top free agents available. Of course, as you remember, turned down a 4-year, $84 million extension with the Lakers midway through the season. Robert, the Lakers could work out a sign and trade deal with him. They could just sign him. He could just go somewhere. What do you make of what he should do and what the Lakers should do?
Well, if I'm Dennis Schroder, as soon as I saw that trade with Westbrook, I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble, because you want to get your money. You sat and said, oh, I want to return to the Lakers, but you wanted to play games. And now you are the disaster of your own game plan. You don't know what you're going to do. You probably lost about $60 million because you didn't sign with the Lakers. Now you probably have to sign a one-year deal, because I don't think the Lakers are going to bring them back, because they're stacked now. They have no room for you. They're already at the cap space, so you're going to have to find another home and try to start your whole career. I just hope it doesn't turn out like an IT situation where you pass up all this money and then you can never recoup it.
Well, fit and then money. As I was looking around the league preparing for this segment, it was a little bit difficult for me to figure out where exactly it makes sense that also has the money. The one place that I kind of landed on, I was like, well, maybe Oklahoma City, pre-existing relationship. They have the flexibility to do it. But we also know, based on the Kemba Walker trade, maybe that isn't a team that's necessarily looking to win right this second. I do know that Alex Saratzis, his agent, is one of the premier agents in this league. And so I'm sure he's cooking something up. But it was a little bit difficult. My honest answer of where he's going to go, what is going to happen there, is I really don't know, Rachel, and that's based off of the money, who has the money, and the fit for him.
I'm glad we're at least showing some positive Dennis Schroder highlights. We were Schroder getting blocked and like missing layups. Do we have to rub it in? I'll give you four teams, which probably means he'll sign with none of them. Malika already got Oklahoma City. That was one. I think Boston has taken a look, and with Kemba gone, they could use a little off the dribble juice. Minnesota needs a backup point guard that could squeeze him under the tax. I don't know if he's their kind of guy. We'll see. And Dallas, they have money to spend still a little bit, I think, and they would like an off-the-dribble guy to take some of the burden off of Luka. Dennis Schroeder's not a great fit next to Luka because he's just a so-so three-point shooter. But, I mean, it's worth, at this point, with the years and the dollars it's going to be, it's worth a look. But that means I'll go 0 for 4. It'll be another team.
I think for me, I want to say is I think the biggest thing is he wanted to be a starter in this league.
That's
now, wherever he goes now, he's going to go back to being a backup, which ain't bad. Think about it. Manu Ginobili had one of the best careers in the NBA being a backup. So if he can accept that,
in your role,
he might be able to do that again somewhere, somehow.
It is interesting, though, because I was just thinking about that, Robert. You know, all the back and forth in Atlanta, I'm a starter, I'm not a starter, and then Oklahoma City, of course, really made his case for being the kind of guy the Lakers wanted to pick up in the first place. And when he got to LA, it was, I'm the starting point guard, remember? And everyone was like, oh, that's bold to just come out and say that before training camp has even started. And now, of course, his options for that are dwindling. Malika, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you out here in LA soon. Up next, the Wizards.
Could definitely shoot over top and score every time if it's a one-on-one situation. Yeah, I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
You heard the man. He's Kevin Durant, and he saved the day for Team USA. Again, we will break it down. And Julius Randle back with the Bockers and got paid. How's the Knicks season outlook now? Which team's offseason has been the most confusing so far? Our experts weigh in. So grab a friend, even if you were enemies once. Pop a squat and watch a full hour of The Jump right now. Still trolling. The man's still trolling.
He's a character.
Oh, yes. Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols alongside ESPN NBA insider, the host of The Low Post, Zach Lowe, and the man in the middle, the man with 7 rings, NBA champion, Robert Horry. We're going to start with the Olympics as Team USA rallied from an early 15-point deficit to the Australians behind 23 from U.S. all-time leading scorer Kevin Durant, 20 from Devin Booker. The U.S. found their groove late in the second quarter, going on a 22-0 run, outscored the Australians by 22 in the third quarter alone. So, Robert, what was the most impressive aspect for you of the U.S. rally against Australia?
I think it had to be that third quarter because they come out, you get punched in the mouth to start the game off. In the third quarter, you're like, oh, man, Australia's for real. They got NBA players over there. They got stars over there. We need to come out. And I think they came out in that third quarter like most true good NBA teams do, and they punched them in the mouth and say, yo, we are the USA. We are the team that's going to win gold, so this is what we're going to do. Kevin Durant, take over. Drew Holiday play some good defense, and that's what the U.S. did. I think it took them a while to learn who's the top dog on this team because when you get this much talent together, it's hard to say, I'm going to take a back seat. And I think now they're realizing, that guy with number 7 on his back, he's pretty damn good.
He's Kevin Durant.
Imagine how awesome you have to be at anything to say, do you know who I am? Like, there's like 20 people in the world who can say, do you know who I am? And it's not ridiculous. And he's one of them. Just where would we be without him? He's the best player in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am impressed, though, when you mentioned Drew Holiday, right? Devin Booker. You've got guys who played so well despite no break from the finals. I mean, Drew Holiday, where is this energy coming from? But the tenacity on defense was exceptional, and Book was Book.
Yeah, these guys flew right from the finals to Tokyo. I don't know how many hours it is changed. It's a lot of hours, and just suit up, play after a grueling NBA Finals. It's super impressive. That's a real commitment.
Right?
I mean, that's not bogus. That's a real commitment. They're playing really well. Drew Holiday's been amazing on both ends of the floor, and Devin Booker is just ready for all of it. He's proven in the last 3 or 4 months, whatever you throw at him, he is ready for it.
He's a bona fide superstar. We know we always wanted to compare him to the legend Kobe Bryant, but Booker he's writing his book. He's doing his own path. And the way he can shoot the ball and the way he can control the offense. And the thing that he's learning also in this tournament is how to play defense also, because we know what he can do offense. I think with him, he said, you know what, we had some moments in the playoffs where they try to exploit me defense. This is a time to work on that. Yeah. And he's doing everything. He's working on his game and he's getting better. So this guy right here is going to probably be an MVP next season.
I mean, certainly an all-star coaching staff, too, you can take advantage of if you're on Team USA right now. Pop, Steve Kerr, there's a bunch of guys over there that are on that staff that can really help a guy say, learn this, and then, of course, use them against them in the Western Conference. I do want to ask, seeing how as you have 7 rings, I'm just going to keep saying that. When you finished an NBA Finals, how tired were you? And the fact that these 3 guys, right, Devin, Drew, Chris Middleton, took a 12-hour flight. Now we're on the time change is no joke. Your nighttime is your day, your daytime is your night. That they're doing this for 2 or 3 weeks.
It's hard because you got to think about it. Last season was an unprecedented season because they played every other day.
Right.
Then you go into the playoffs, and now you got the Summer League games with the USA. And then you think about it. Once they come back, they got 2 or 3 weeks off before they start their regular season. So for me, I knew when the season ended, my body needed rest. I would take a month and a half off. I mean, not even touch a ball, not do anything. But these guys jump right into another league, another sport, another championship series. So it's hard, man, and it's going to be tiring and grueling. So I just hope that they find the proper way during next season to get the amount of rest, because they're going to need it, because if they want to fight for another championship, they're going to need those guys that are playing for USA.
I'm tired after the NBA Finals.
Right.
And the only exercise I do is getting on the elliptical like an old man in the hotel. And I get jet lagged. I get jet lagged flying out to LA.
Right.
That's a real thing.
So yes, so it is a thing, and I am curious about repercussions back on their regular teams as we go.
I had a conversation with Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili one year. I said, the most important thing is us right now winning the championship. And they didn't play for their team the next year, and we won the championship in 2007 because those guys were fresh.
That is really, really interesting. We will see. The other semi last night came down to the wire, but Nicolas Batum's game-sealing block gave France the 1-point win over Slovenia. Despite Luka having the 3rd triple-double in Olympic history, Slovenia will play Australia for the bronze. Now the U.S. will get a chance to redeem their loss to France in the group stage with the gold on the line Saturday morning. So that's pretty awesome. Woj reporting Julius Randle extending his contract also with the Knicks for 4 more years, $117 million. Randle will have a player option in the last year of the deal. That extends his deal through the 25-26 season. I cannot believe those words are coming out of my mouth. The 25-26 season. That's where we are. Randle locked in New York, adding Kemba Walker, as we talked about yesterday, Evan Fournier this week. So, Zach, where do you think the Knicks are in reestablishing themselves as an attractive destination for elite talent?
They're getting there. And that's why all of these signings matter. Everyone got up in arms over the dollars and the years turned out to be shorter than was initially reported. The most important thing is staying good, staying competent, staying as an organized team that has a future. And the Knicks, if they do that, are going to attract people.